Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Kasa podcast after such a long hiatus. My name is John. I am a member of the team here at Kasa. It's been a while, but we are excited to be back with exciting conversations. We are excited to bring you insights and updates from our vibrant community. For those of you who are tuning in for the very first time, Kasa stands for the Kenyan Association of South Australia. We connect people with the with the community here in South Australia and beyond. And if you are joining us for the very first time also on our Kasa podcast, thank you so much for joining. We welcome you to have this conversation with us. Feel free to share this live, to comment, and to ask any questions as we go along. Now, as CASAB, we started the organization began in the year 2004. This organization was begun by our founding fathers. I find it funny when I talk about founding fathers, whereas we are just with them here in the community. In the year 2004, it began in someone's house and it has degenerated to what we have today. Now, we want to, as we bring you this podcast today, introduce to you one of our signature event of the year, our annual Madaraka Day Gala Dinner. And this year, we are holding it at the Adelaide Convention Center, right at the heart of Adelaide. If you have not bought a ticket today, make sure by the end of this live cast, you have bought a ticket. Joining us today is none other than the chair of the Gala Committee. We've been working with members of the community, and this year the chair of the Gala Committee is none other than Peter Nduati, and he's joining us here in the studio. Peter, could you please introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are in the Kenyan Association of South Australia?
Thanks, John. My name is Peter Nduati. It is a privilege and an honor just to be here again with you. And when I say again, I think it's in what I mean is serving our community. In 2021 to 2023, I was the men's rep for the Kasa organization, which was a great privilege for me to work with the men in our community. And apart from that, I'm a member of this community who is married, a father, and I've got two boys and one wife. And being a member of this community, the one thing that I love to do the most is to participate and to connect with other men in our community. And this time, it is a great privilege for me to come and participate in the Kasa Gala event organization. Thank you, John.
Thank you so much, Peter. We are privileged and honored to have you in our community. Your involvement definitely does not go without notice. And thank you for even your support throughout the years, being the CASA men rep when the past CASA. And now you're here helping us with the planning of the gala together with the executive committee. And that is a great, great honor to have you and bring your ideas and your leadership. Now, when we talk about the gala of 2025, what do people expect this year? Those who are watching us tonight and expecting to attend the gala, what do they expect this year?
I think for the gala, the gala, Kenyans pride themselves and they say, when you sample Kenyans, you're going to get different attitudes or vibes towards the gala. And what I've noticed is that you have those who say the gala is an iconic event for the Kenyans. It's a time, and I mean the Madaraka Day Gala. It's the event that brings Kenyans together, where Kenyans dress up, they come together and they celebrate the uniqueness of what the Kenyan culture is. But also there's some people you go to and maybe they don't feel connected to the gala, and we want to reach those people. So the people who are out there and you feel like this gala event is for those people. I've heard different terms used. There was a time the demarcation was between students and permanent residents and citizens. And I just want to show everybody that the Madaraka Day Gala event was meant and was formed as a community event for Kenyans living in South Australia by Kenyans. So this is not an event that's organized by an outside entity. It's an organization of an event that's organized by us, we, because Kasa represents you and I, the members of the Kenyans living in South Australia. So whatever has happened in history, and sometimes communities are like that. Sometimes you have the in-group, the out-group, and all of that. But this year, what I hope and I feel that my mandate has been given to me by the current leadership, hopefully by the community as well. At some point, I hope we can make that connection, is that to create that event that captures the unity that makes us unique as a Kenyan population in South Australia.
Now, you talked about all those participants or the groups involved, the people that come to the gala and who we are expecting this year. Why is gala such an important event in our calendar? Must we attend? Must we have a gala? Would we be missing something if, for example, our committee decides to strike off the gala of the calendar?
I know, right? Yeah, thanks, John. I think the gala when I keep saying the gala, but let's say Madaraka Day celebration, which is when we celebrate our gala. We have Jamhuri Day, we do a few things, but it just seems like the Madaraka Day gala event seems to be the signature event for this community. It's taken off. I would say the importance of it is because it captures the spirit of Kenya's independence. So when Kenya attained self-rule, and this year Kenya is going to be turning 62 years old. I don't know
how many 62-year-olds do we have in our community.
So I think it should involve everybody, and the reason I say that is because we are Kenyans. We've achieved a lot in the diaspora. We've achieved a lot in our country back home. There may be challenges, obviously, and just like any other country, as they mature, as any democracy matures, there will be things we would like to change in our country. We're all aware of the current situation, so we're not going to go there right now. We just want to say, in spite of everything that has gone on in our country, we still pride ourselves as being Kenyans and for the achievements that we've achieved so far as a country and as a people, because what I have observed around the world is that the Kenyans in diaspora always live to remember, or rather they live their lives in connection with their country. Most Kenyans around the world, as you will see, are symbolized by a wristband that I forgot to wear today. I could not find mine. I looked for it through the drawers. I couldn't find it. But the thing is that Kenyans take pride in who they are. We celebrate being Kenya. So it is very important for us to come together on that day and just celebrate.
Indeed. And this year, we settled on the Adelaide Convention Center. Do you want to explain to the people who are seeing those posters out there, Adelaide Convention Center, as the chair of the Gala Committee, what led to us settling on that venue?
See, what is unique, in the past we've done hotels, right? Yeah. We've met, last year we did a Madaraka Day Gala event at the Intercontinental Hotel, which is actually not too far from the venue this year. Yeah. The Adelaide Convention Center is, I would say, it's a very prestigious venue. It is a world-class event venue. It holds a lot of world-class events in Adelaide. It's an iconic venue for this city and actually in Australia. I think the day we went to look at that location, in terms of it being a green building, it has been recognized as the number or the first venue in the world to be given, I think, the Earth recognition. But outside of that, it's a great location because it's very central. It's in the city of Adelaide, right in the city center, CBD. So all the Kenyans living, whether you live in the north or you live in the south, commute to the Adelaide Convention Center is very easy. You can come in by train, you can come in by bus, you can Uber into the city. Parking is also available. Obviously, it's at a price, but we find that you can host up to 1,000 people if you wanted in your event.
Wow. So we can basically take the whole community to the Adelaide Convention Center.
There is only 2,000 of us. Maybe we can.
We can all
there.
squeeze ourselves
Yes.
in there. Now, this year they start youthful, or this that theme resonating around the youth. What can you, as the gala committee, speak to the youth in our community to encourage them and to motivate them to attend the gala and have that youthful atmosphere during the gala?
I wish I was part of the youth. I used to be, but time has passed. But I think my thing is this: we want to connect with the young people. There's a quote I read from founding president Jomo Kenyatta. Jomo Kenyatta said that our children may learn about the heroes of the past, but then he says our task is to make ourselves the architectures of the future. And my understanding of this quote is that he's saying it's good enough for us to look, it's good that we can look into our past and recognize our heroes, but for those of us who are present, we must think about continuity and we must think about the future. So in this context, I believe that the work that the Kenyans in Australia, South Australia, have done to form an organization that's a non-profit organization that's recognized, that is registered as a non-profit, it is important that we bring the young people who are fresh from Kenya and those that have been born here, because we have that. So we're hoping that we can blend this event, and I wouldn't say for the first time, but at least we feel like it's a first priority for us to see ways we can bring young people, because the future of our organization, of our community, really is in the hands of our young people. We have, I believe, the majority of the Kenyans and South Australians belong perhaps to the Gen Z and younger population. We need to capture those young people, and we're pleading to them. We're saying, if you're out there, you're young, we recognize that you're gifted, that you're talented, that you're part of who we are. We're seeing you on the social media. I've seen a lot of Kenyan communities here that do things online, amazing things, but we want you to bring that talent and color this occasion with us.
Wow, well said, Peter. Are there ways for the community to get involved, like volunteering, performances, or any other ways that, including these young people? How is the gala committee planning to get everyone involved, or how can they participate in the making this gala colorful, like you said?
Great, thank you. So there's many opportunities, absolutely many opportunities. We have invited the young people to come and help in the organizing committee, because this year, and I think in the years past as well, they've always tried to include members of the community outside of the executive of the Kasa to help with the organization of the Madaraka Day Gala. So we do have committee members there that belong to the young, youthful people, the Gen Zs in particular, but also we have opportunities like the people helping us with our social media and advertising. We have young people serving in that community. We're starting to reach out to the DJs and the artists and the performers in our communities, because we recognize that Kenyans are talented, that Kenyans are people who have different gifts and talents. So those people that are, especially the DJs, we have a group of young people that they make music. They love music. Kenyans love music, and they make great music in terms of mixing and that type of thing. So we will have DJs coming to that group. We want people to attend just because we're Kenyans, to bring the vibe, the youthful vibe of young people into that event, so that it doesn't look like zile zilizopendwa. You remember tukuwa nasema zile zilizopendwa?
Yes.
Nataka watu wale watu young, people who have who come in there and give that event a totally different flavor, to come in there, the gifts in terms of our performers who come and perform for us. We have opportunities for people to usher, because we will have dignitaries that come to this event, and we want to be able to showcase our young and beautiful people as you welcome those dignitaries and they walk into the rooms. And there's plenty of opportunity. The people do the decoration for us. We'd love to have people come in every capacity possible.
Wow, that sounds like a great event for people to get involved. And if you are listening to us right now and you would like to get involved, just get in touch. and Peter will let us know how we can get involved, how we can get in touch, because this community is for all of us. And Peter has said there's so many opportunities like DJs, there's people who do decorations, there are people who do, all, we have a lot of service providers that are required. And therefore, if you want to get involved, Peter, what is the best contact that they can send in the expressions of interest?
So I think the very obvious one is our platforms on WhatsApp platforms. We have the Kasa community, or whether you belong to the Watua South, Watua West, Watua North, whatever organization that you be, whichever group you belong to on the WhatsApp community groups, throw your expression in there. We'll capture it because most of the Kasa leaders are on those platforms. You can also go on the website. We do have a Kasa website, which is, I think, www.kasa.org .au. Kasa.org.au. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Kasa.org.au.
Yeah.
And also we do have an email on that. You can, if you send an email to info@kasa.org.au, that'll come straight to the Kasa executive. I would also like to say, John, we want to see the young people that are in performing arts. If
Yes.
we have people who are musicians, if you rap, if you can perform comedy,
Yes.
if you can perform, I think there was a time Kasa Gala had acrobatics troupe. We may have limitations because of insurance in the building, but whatever talent that you have, please field your talent. If you can bake a good cake, let us know. We might need someone to bake a cake for the gala to celebrate the Madaraka Day. So contact us on the social media website. I do believe, do we have an Instagram page for
Yes, we
Kasa?
do. We do.
Please get onto the Instagram page. We do have a Facebook page for Kasa. Talk to us. And we also want you to engage by promoting this event for us as a community.
Oh, sounds like an event that it's unmissable. Is that a word in the dictionary? It's unmissable.
Not
So,
to be
not
missed.
to be missed. Now,
Unmissable.
in this event that is not to be missed, if someone wants to secure their spot, their ticket, do you want to explain how, and do we have special rates for special groups like students?
Yes. So we had the early bird that closed at the end of March. That was $100. That was a good deal, and we got probably close to 100 people that jumped in onto that deal. Right now, the current rates, we still have 130 per person. That is our regular price. But for all the students, because we recognize we have many students in this community, and we've all been students. I've been an international student. John, you've been an international student
Yes.
in the past, and there's so many of us. This community is made up of those. So for the international students or students, any student, whether you're a Kenyan, Australia who happens to be a student, we're only charging 120 per person. So what that covers is it pays for your food pretty much at the event, and the pictures that we will take. We have to pay the DJs, the photographers, we have the video, and just all the other miscellaneous expenses that comes with organizing an event of this size. There's insurance and things like that. So yeah, that is the price. Registration is still open. You can go to Kasa website again, kasa.org.au. Also on the social media, we've been trying to put out some flyers. We want to make some videos like this and more to promote the event, and all the fees or the costs of the tickets we're paying into the Kasa account. So please jump on board, get yourself a ticket, pay for your family member. Let's have an event that will celebrate who we are as we celebrate Kenya at 62. Show our unity.
Thank you so much. And you've definitely given us a reason to attend the gala. And I know there will also be some distinguished guests that we may have at the gala. So I don't know whether you have any parting shot before we close our pod. We'll have many other pods lead up to the gala, but this is just an introduction and talking about why we want you to buy the ticket. Thank you, Peter. Any parting shots?
Yeah, I think, John, for me, what personally, what makes me want to serve in this capacity is because I do feel the need for our community to be united. And I'm not saying we're not united. I am just saying to maintain the unity that our community has, because I've been a beneficiary of the generosity of this community when I had a situation in my family and we needed support, and I saw how this community rallied together to come and support me and my family, for which I'll be forever grateful. And I feel like that is one thing that Kenyans do well. And because of that, and the fact that we have an event like this, that it's one happy event that brings us together, because Kenyans meet at the, what do you call them? Funeral, Mashakaya. At the what do you call them? Memorial services. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Memorial services. When one of us is bereaved, Kenyans rally together. When one of us suffers, Kenyans come together and we unite, and we do that very well. Also, in this gala, as we are celebrating, I feel that it's one of those opportunities where we come and we can just let ourselves go, be happy, enjoy ourselves. And I feel like our young people, maybe for long, they felt that there's a dissociation between the older members of the community, and older referring to especially the people who initially moved in here as skilled migrants and never went through the traditional educational student route. Yeah. They came in, they were established, they found jobs, settled down, they had families, they had other priorities, and they just wanted to get together and continue to have a community like they had back in Kenya. So along the way, students had different priorities. And for me, because for many years, I was an international student, and I felt like that when I was a student. I remember days when we'd be called into communities and people were talking about investment, buying mashamba, doing what party. And all as a student, all you cared for is, man, I just want to raise fees.
Did you feel like they are lanes?
Exactly. You just feel like those are not my priorities yet. And along the way, you got left behind because priorities are different. Yeah. We want to make this deliberate. And I feel that now I'm no longer a student in that situation. I'm not an international student.
Now you are them.
I have become those people I used to look at. So I make an appeal. Young people, if you're out there, you might feel left out, but I want to invite you in. Come, join us. We have a space for you at the table. We're open to your ideas. We're open to who you are. We're open to you as a person. We're interested in that. Bring what you have and you come with your struggles, whatever you have, your ideas, the whole package, the totality of who you are. If we miss you at some points, we will be patient. And if you please be patient with us as well, because sometimes we speak out of turn. We speak because we're not in tune with the realities. Yeah. We're not in tune with the realities. Like I find today, some people might ask me, where do I find this? For a new person, I'm like, I really don't know. But you talk to the people who've just arrived a week ago, they'll tell you where to find the job, within the first week. Things like that, where to live, where to find stuff that you need as a student to settle. So anyway, whatever your situation is, all I'm saying is, young people, don't hold back. Come. We want to join hands with you. Let's I won't say make Kenya great again, but I will say
Gala great.
Let's revive this organization and let's be relevant because it's our organization. Let's take it. It belongs to us, doesn't belong to anybody out there. This is our organization and we are Kasa. Thank you so much, John. I hope that in the future we'll make more videos that will appeal and bring young people and sit where you and I are sitting tonight so they can share the ideas that they have and how we can forge and move forward as a community.
Indeed. Thank you. Every situation that you're talking about, those situations, they are temporary. Like they say, what goes around comes around. Whatever they are seeing now, there will be them who will be seen by other people
in the future.
So, like you rightly said, let them come, get the experience, because tomorrow we need them. And this time is our turn, but tomorrow it's your turn. If you're a young person, if you have come here as a student, you are not going to be in that situation forever. It's just temporary. You'll also become permanent at some point. And when that happens, you will see other students from where we are standing from at the moment. Now, as we wrap up this segment, I would like to thank Peter for your time, for your insights, and we're going to have many more podcasts with the lead up to the gala. And we want to encourage you, like Peter did call you to do, buy your ticket. You know, there's a lot that comes with planning. These hotels like Adelaide Convention Center, they require deposits, and for the team to actually plan a good event, we need to have the money coming in advance. So let us not, and Peter, maybe that is something you would have touched, how the committee goes through hardships trying to secure venues and secure deposits before the event can go up. And if we want to, right now we may not be able to plan for good things because we don't know how many people we are planning for, because Kenyans being Kenyans, they're always last minute. Do you want to comment on that shortly?
Yeah. And it's not to be to chastise anyone. And I understand. I see it from both sides. We have those people who are saying, what are you planning for us? Let me know, and then maybe I will pay if I know the value that I'm getting.
Yes.
But at the same time, we are like, our budget is so much. If you pay, we can plan bigger. But we are projecting, and when I say we, I'm talking about all of us as Kenyans, I hope, that if we join hands, we can create Kasa to be the organization that it's meant to be. And what I mean by that is it's going to become an organization that can even have a surplus of funds, so that when we, at this moment, one of the struggles that I've seen is that Kasa works within a budget, obviously, but that budget is always sort of behind. Like, we should have had money from last year remaining to plan this gala, so that the next leaders that come in will lead us and leave us a bit more money to plan the future event. But those might be politics if we get too much into that. The fact is, Kasa does need you. You and I are Kasa. Let us support, because this is the organization that will help us carry the flag that says we are Kenyans together. And I do recognize within our community, we have our little communities that we do things, and all of those are legitimate. But let's not forget that ultimately we are Kenyans, because when we raise the Kenyan flag, it's the one flag that brings many people together, referring to the diversity of our cultures in Kenya. But when we go home, we can have different communities meeting and doing events, and that's been seen in this community. But Kasa becomes the one organization that carries the flag of the Kenyan flag high, and that's where we are asking everybody to come and rally under the flag that we say is our Kenyan flag and our unity. So yeah, please support. If you support, we'll be able to deliver. If we deliver, you will appreciate, and then you'll come again and you will support, and we'll begin that cycle of that will become perpetual and every time giving.
Wow, well said, Peter. Thank you so much for your time, I will say once again. And everyone that is watching us from home, if you are looking at buying a ticket, you can use the pay ID, which is info@kasa.org.au. You can also just dash onto our website. Our phone number is there as well. And also you can pay by the bank account. And like Peter said, it's 120 for students. It's 130 for ordinary tickets. Now, we'll be at the Adelaide Convention Center. Mark this day. It's June 7, 2025. Starting at 6 p.m., the gala will kick off. And it will be a calamity of a lot of wonderful things happening there. So it's a good time for you to visit your tailor, to visit your designer, to visit your shop, and dress up for this event. I thank you so much for watching the podcast this evening. I want to thank our producer, Jimmy Kivisha. He's such a wonderful person in our community. Thank you so much for offering your studio and your time to bring us this podcast. Thank you so much, Jimmy, and your family, for your voluntary work to the community. It doesn't go unnoticed. And I also want to thank the whole Gala Planning Committee. Your time that you volunteer every Sunday when we meet for those meetings, the people who go and do the extra work to visit the venues, to contact providers and sponsors. And talk of sponsors, I want to appreciate our sponsors. Thank you so much. If you haven't considered sponsoring us this year, consider sponsoring Kasa. This is something that is tax deductible. Once you sponsor us as a donation, you can claim it on your tax. And what better way to give back to the community like this one than this one? When you give back using this means of supporting people, you can actually buy a table for students, you can buy tables for people who are less fortunate, and God will bless you. Thank you so much for watching, and good night from Adelaide.
Right.